Hare Krishna, dear devotees, let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे, हरे राम राम राम, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, राम राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे, राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, राम राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम राम, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम राम। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for All session. Let's recite Bhagavad Gita Sloka. We're reciting Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, texts 12 and 13.
Mataji, we forgot to say Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, sorry. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji. 1 second. Yes, Mataji.
Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Sashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vivam Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devashir Naradastata Ashito Devala Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me." Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Anita.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Saraswatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vivam
Adi Devam.
Adi Devam Ajam Vivam Ahastan Arishya Sarve Devashri Naradastata Asito Devalo Vyasa Savan
Swayam.
Swayam Jaiva Pravishme. Translation. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of God, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, and the great. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are the..."
Thank you. Mother. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring to me." So, we will go in order now. Achit Priya Mataji. Okay. Achintya Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada. All glories to yourself. Hare Krishna. Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Saraswatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rasaya Sarve Devarshit Naradastata Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Brahmishimi. Translation. In translation, Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Achinta Dev Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I'll read at the end.
Yes. So next is Isha.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahasvam Rishaya Sarve Devarsha Naradastatha Asito Deva Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Prasita, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you. And now, you yourself are declaring it to me."
Krishna Ashish.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarsha Naradastatha Asito Devala Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Sapriya.
Just call them and tell me after class. So I won't come.
Arjuna said, "You are the eternal personality. You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Lokesh. Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the simple devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Arjuna Uvacha Parabrahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahastvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshir Naradastata Asito Devala Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravisime. Translation. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are describing it to me." Thank you, Mataji.
Meda.
May
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Sasvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahusvam Rishaya Sarve Devarishi Naradastata Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Cheva Pravisime. Translation. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me.
Thank you. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji. Vindhyavali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila
Accept my
Prabhupada.
humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishayas Sarve Devashir Naradastada Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bhavishime. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay. So now, Lokesh.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhagavan Purusham Shashvatam Devi Adi Devam Ajam Devam Ahastandra Sarve Devarshi Narada Sata Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Jeva Bhavishimi. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, unborn, the greatest. All the sages such as Narada, Ajita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Arjuna Uvacha Parabrahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Sasvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devashi Naradastada Sito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravisimi. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Sita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Agustvam Rashayas Sarve Devarashir Naratastata Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the greatest sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirms this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sonia Mataji. We don't hear you, Mataji. I see you're on mute, but no sound.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, we can hear. Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Go ahead, Mataji.
Arjuna Uvacha Param Dhamam Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Saswatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rushaya Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Cheva Praveshime. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. So Priyanka Mataji is not able to recite. Prajna and Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Saswatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahastvam Rishya Sarve Devasir Naradastata Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bhavishime. Arjuna said, "You are the screen went away." Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Ashita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Salva to the Prabhupada and to the single devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshir Naradastatha Ashito Devala Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Ashita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It is so nice today when you told us, with the meanings. So as we were reading, it's already Friday, right? And I think every time we should remember like that, but we keep forgetting.
Yes, Mataji. But 2 more days also we're going to recite, Saturday, Sunday. So,
Oh yeah.
By the time we should get by heart.
yes, that's the idea. By the time you recite every day, by the end of the week, you should know it by heart. So I'll also recite Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 12 and 13. Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve Devarshir Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." Achintadev Prabhu. Yes, I forgot. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat, Prabhuji. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Purusham Shashwatam Divyam
Purusham Satvatam Divyam
Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum
Adi Devam Ajam Bhivam
Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve
Ahuswam Rishya Sarve
देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा
देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा
असितो देवलो व्यासः
असितो देवालो व्यासः
स्वयं चैवाब्रवीषि मे।
स्वयं brahmisive. Translation. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Neelambari Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vipum Ahushtam Rishaya Sharve Devarshi Naradashtatha Ashito Devalo Vyasha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Translation. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, the original, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Ashita, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Achitpriya Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, wanted to tell you, and I also like this verse very much. Where Arjuna said it so clearly, very nicely, glorifying Krishna. That's very nice. And also, I keep forgetting to tell you, Mataji, your Radha Vrindavan Chandra is so beautiful. In that Radhashtami Darshan, and today is that new sari, Mataji, for Radharani, that red color.
This is a Radhashtami sari, not this year, a few years ago. Yeah.
It's very beautiful. Even Radhashtami with full jasmine flowers.
I couldn't see.
Very nice.
Oh, I'll add you into the Darshan group. There is another
Just
Darshan
wanted to
group.
tell you.
See, left me. Okay.
I will add you. I didn't know if you wanted it.
Add me, Mataji, also.
You also
We can never say.
What time your darshan is happening?
It's WhatsApp, Mataji. I'll just send it to you.
What time? Well, darshan group means you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a WhatsApp group with pictures.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we can never say, no, we cannot see Krishna. Is that right? Reading all this Bhagavatam
devotees are like that.
No, devotees are like that. So always, so many Krishnas and Radhas, anybody else can see.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So let us begin Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 6. We have to read about Saubari Muni, but we didn't come there yet. We were reading. What were we reading? Who remembers? Puranjaya. Different. Who is Puranjaya? He is the son of Vikukshi. Who is Vikukshi? Son of Ikshvaku. Who is Ikshvaku?
Manu's son.
Manu's son. Vaivasvata Manu's son. So Vaivasvata Manu's 10 sons. First one is Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku had 100 sons. Of them, the prominent ones are Vikukshi, What's the second one? Nimi? No. Vikukshi, Dandaka, and second one was, I forget. So, and then he had 100 sons. So 25 ruled the western part of Aryavarta, 25 ruled the eastern part, 25 the central part, and 25 ruled the rest of the different places, like that. So then we read about Vikukshi. Vikukshi was banished from the kingdom by his father. Why was Vikukshi banished? Why did Ikshwaku Maharaj banish Vikukshi? Rasapriya?
Because he ate from the flesh that he had gotten for the sacrifice.
Yeah. So Ikshwaku Maharaj was performing a sacrifice to the forefathers, like Shraddha. And in that he needed pure flesh. So he sent his son Vikukshi to go and get some pure flesh. So Vikukshi went hunting, but he got tired and hungry. So from the animals that he hunted, he ate one rabbit. And then he brought and gave the offering, but it was contaminated. Vashishta Muni could find out, and he said, this offering cannot be offered. So when Ikshwaku heard what Vikukshi did, he banished him from the kingdom for violating regulative principles. Then what happened to Ikshwaku Maharaj? By the instructions of Vashishta Muni? Yes, Rasapriya.
He took he gave up his kingdom.
Yes, he gave up the kingdom, took Vanaprastha, and by following the instructions of Vashishta Muni, he got perfection of his life. That's Ikshwaku Maharaj. Then after Ikshwaku Maharaj left, Vikukshi came back to the kingdom. And he became the king, and also he performed many sacrifices to please the Supreme Lord, and eventually he became known as Shashada. Then this Vikukshi had a son, and he had different names. One was, why is Vikukshi's son, he got
Puram.
yes, Saujanya Mataji.
Puram means like a city. And he was he was ruling, something else, Mataji. I remembered only half.
Okay, no problem. Anyone else remembers why Puranjaya? Okay, so once he was invited, the demigods were fighting with the demons, and the demigods lost the battle. They were defeated. So then they called this son of Vikukshi, who was very powerful, to fight, to assist them in this battle against the demons. And he was able to defeat the demons, conquer the demons' residence, Puram. So therefore, he became Puranjaya, one who conquered the residence of the demons. That's how he got the name Puranjaya. So let's see. So today Priyanka Mataji is supposed to begin, but Mataji said she's not able to read. So we will go to the next person. When Mataji is ready, you just raise your hand and you can read. So next is Saujanya Mataji and Pragnya. So you can start reading. Let me see. So the son of Shashada. Shashada is who Vikukshi became famous as Shashada. Okay. So the son of Shashada was Puranjaya. Another name was Indravaha, and he's also called Kakutstha. Why he got these different names, we are seeing. So we saw about Puranjaya, why he is called Puranjaya. Now, text 14. Either Saujanya Mataji or Prajna. Vachanadeva devasya Vishnor Prabho Vahanatve Vritastasya Babhuvendro Mahavrishaha.
Puranjaya agreed to kill all the demons on the condition that Indra would be his carrier. Because of pride, Indra could not accept this proposal, but later, by the order of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, Indra did accept it and became a great bull carrier for Puranjaya.
Wow. So Indra is the king of the demigods, but they were defeated by the demons, and now they were desperate. They needed the help of this person who was very powerful, Puranjaya. He became Puranjaya after he defeated the demons, but they needed his help. But he put a condition: after I defeat the demons for you, you should become my carrier. You become my carrier. You know, like Lord Brahma's carrier is swan, Gangaji's carrier is crocodile, like that. Kartikeya's carrier is peacock, right? Lord Ganesha's carrier is a mouse, like that. So this Puranjaya said, after I defeat the demons, Indra should become my carrier. So Indra did not agree. Out of pride, you want me to become your carrier? Right? He is the king of heavens. He didn't agree. But it is said here that later, on the instruction of the Supreme Lord, Indra agreed. By the order of the Supreme Lord, Indra accepted to become the carrier of Puranjaya. He became a great bull carrier. Right? He turned into a bull to carry Puranjaya. Text 15 and 16, Prajna. ससन्नद्धो धनुर्दिव्यम् आदाय विशिखाञ्छितान् स्तूयमानस्तमारुह्य युयुत्सुः ककुदिस्थितः तेजसाप्यायितो विष्णोः पुरुषस्य महात्मनः प्रतीच्यां दिशि दैत्यानां न्यरुणत् त्रिदशैपुरम्.
Mataji, she just left the school.
She left. Okay. So next, Vindhyavali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. I'll go with Srila Prabhupada.
Yes,
Well protected by armor and desiring to fight, Puranjaya took up a transcendental bow and very sharp arrows. And while being highly praised by the demigods, he got up on the back of the bull, Indra, and sat on its hump. Thus he is known as Kakutsa. Being empowered by Lord Vishnu, who is the super soul and the supreme person, Puranjaya sat on the great bull and is therefore known as Indravaha. Surrounded by the demigods, he attacked the residents of the demons in the west. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, well protected by armor and desiring to fight, Puranjaya took up a transcendental bow and very sharp arrows. And while being highly praised by the demigods, he got up on the back of the bull Indra and sat on his hump. Okay. So not that after being defeated after defeating the demigods, Indra, should become his carrier. No, that's not the condition. For the battle, he needed Indra to be his carrier. Something like in Mahabharata, what's his name? Shalya. Shalya made a condition that he needs, or actually Karna made this condition that in his final battle with Arjun, because Arjun had Krishna as his chariot driver, he needed somebody who was competent, like Lord Krishna in driving the chariot. So he said he needed Shalya to become his chariot driver. Shalya is not a chariot driver, Shalya is a warrior. Nevertheless, Karna's condition was for me to fight with Arjun, I will need Shalya to be my chariot driver, like that. So he had to take that role. So similarly, anyway, just to give an example, I said that. So here, Puranjaya said he needed Indra as his carrier, bull carrier. So then Indra hesitated, why I'll become your carrier? But when Lord Vishnu ordered, he agreed and he became a bull carrier. So if you look at the words, so his other name is Kakutstha, right? Kakutstha. Kakudi means the hump of a bull. See here, Kakudi means on the hump of a bull. Sthitaha means being situated. Kakusthaha means someone who is situated on the hump of a bull. Okay. Where does it? Acha, first one. Yes. Kakudi sthitaha. Kakudi sthitaha. So, well protected by armor and desiring to fight, Puranjaya took up a transcendental bow. He had a transcendental bow. Not just a heavenly bow, he had a transcendental bow. And very sharp arrows. And while being highly praised by the demigods, he got up on the back of the bull, Indra, and sat on its hump. Thus he is known as Kakutstha. Kakut means Kakudi. Stha means Sthita. Kakutstha. One seated on the hump of the bull. Kakutstha. That was one name. So Puranjaya, Kakutstha. Third one is Indravaha. Being empowered by Lord Vishnu, who is the super soul and the supreme person, Puranjaya sat on the great bull and is therefore known as Indravaha. Indravaha, Vahana means what? Your carrier
Vehicle.
vehicle. Yeah. So Indra became his vehicle. So Indravaha. Somebody who has Indra as his vehicle is Indravaha. Indra became his Vahana. So Indravaha. So Puranjaya, Kakutstha, and Indravaha. These are the names of the son of Vikukshi. Vikukshi became famous as Shashada later on. Who is Vikukshi? The son of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku dynasty is very important. So
That's what, Mataji, that's what Vikukshi and Nimi and Dandaka are the
important,
sons.
yes, the famous sons of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku Maharaj had 100 sons, of them these three are famous. Thank you. Nimi is the one, second. Vikukshi, Nimi and Dandaka. Okay. So now next verse. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji, you're ready. तैस्तस्य च भूत् प्रधनं तुमुलं लोमहर्षणं यमाय बल्लैरनयद् दैत्यान् अभिययुर्मृधे.
Translation: There was a fierce battle between the demons and Puranjaya. Indeed, it was so fierce that when one hears about it, one's hairs stand on end. All the demons bold enough to come before Puranjaya were immediately sent to the residence of Yamraj by his arrows.
One thing we should remember here, Puranjaya is backed by Lord Vishnu himself. He had a transcendental bow, and he is empowered by Lord Vishnu, right? And then he got Indra as his bull carrier. So you can imagine the demons had the upper hand, they had defeated the demigods. Now such powerful demons are defeated by Puranjaya means what a fierce battle it must have been. They had defeated the demigods. So they were very powerful. Now they were all defeated by Puranjaya means what a fierce battle it must have been. So here it is said that so he has his armor, Puranjaya, he had his transcendental bow and arrows, seated on the hump of the bull carrier, Lord Indra. Then what happened? There was a fierce battle between the demons and Puranjaya. Indeed, it was so fierce that when one hears about it, when one hears about this battle, one's hair stand on end. It was such a fierce battle. And this Puranjaya is a human being, by the way. The others are all celestials. The demigods and demons are all celestials. Puranjaya is a human. But still, just see what prowess he had. The battle was so fierce that anyone who hears about this battle, Romanch, right? His hair stands on end. All the demons bold enough, right? Anyone who was, first of all, we also hear in Vritrasur's fight with Indra, the demigods couldn't even come and stand in front of Vritrasur. He was so fierce. Like that, here also, the demons couldn't come and fight in front of Puranjaya. He was so powerful, so formidable, right? They were so intimidated. But anyone who had the guts to come and stand, who was bold enough to come and stand in front of Puranjaya to fight, instantly they were sent flying. That's how powerful it is. The second line, that all the demons bold enough to come before Puranjaya were immediately sent to the residence of Yamaraj by his arrows. Mataji, Vindhyavali Mataji.
I need to know Puranjaya's other names, please.
Kakutstha. Kakutstha.
Okay, another one?
Indravaha.
Indravaha. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Okay. So then we will begin with Vindhyavali Mataji, your turn, right? You read already. So Priyanka Mataji also read. So Achut Priya Mataji. Tasyeshu patabhimukham yugantagnim ivolbanam visrijya dudruvur daitya hanyamana svam alayam.
To save themselves from the blazing arrows of Indravaha, which resemble the flames of devastation at the end of the millennium, the demons who remained when the rest of their army was killed fled very quickly to their respective homes. Thank you, Mataji.
So those who managed to stand in front of Puranjaya were instantly killed. Sent to the abode of Yamaraj means they were killed immediately, instantly. Seeing this, and what type of arrows was Puranjaya releasing? They were blazing. They were emitting fire. The arrows were blazing, emitting fire. What type of fire? It looked like the fire of final devastation, like that. So, to save themselves from that fire, the remaining demons fled to their residence. They couldn't even stand and fight with Puranjaya. To save themselves from the blazing arrows of Indravaha, which resemble the flames of devastation at the end of the millennium, the demons who remained when the rest of their army was killed fled very quickly to their respective homes. So they went to their residence. Jitva param dhanam sarvam sastrikam vajrapanaye pratyo yachat sarajarshir iti namabhir ahritah. Achintadev Prabhu, you're able to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Arunita.
After conquering the enemy, the saintly king Puranjana gave everything, including the enemy's riches and wives, to Indra, who carried a thunderbolt. For this he is celebrated as Puranjaya. Thus, Puranjaya is known by different names because of his different activities.
Yes. So, when the demons fled to their residence, so I think it's understood, he went and even captured their homes. That's how he was able to take their riches and their wives. So whatever he won in that battle, Puranjaya, he was a saintly king. So he just gave it all to Indra. So then the reason he asked Indra to be his carrier is not out of pride or arrogance. He actually needed that in order to win the battle. He needed Indra to be his carrier. That's how we can understand. And then whatever he won in that battle, all the property of the demons, their wives, their wealth, everything he offered to Lord Indra. So why we read this? To understand how Vikukshi's son got these three names, Indravaha, Kakutstha and Puranjaya. Puranjaya because he conquered the homes, the residences of the demons. Kakutstha because in the battle with the demons, he was seated on the hump of a bull. The bull was actually Indra. And he's called Indravaha because in that battle, his carrier or his vehicle was Indra himself in the form of a bull. So Indravaha, like that. So thus Puranjaya is known by different names because of his different activities. So what are we reading? We are reading about the descendants of Vaivasvata Manu, just for your information. This whole canto is talking about the descendants of Vaivasvata Manu. So now we are reading about Ikshvaku's descendants. So we saw Vikukshi and Vikukshi's son Puranjaya. Text 20. Puranjayasya putro bhud अनेनास्तत्सुतः पृथुः विश्वगन्धिस्ततश्चन्द्रो युवनाश्वस्तु तत्सुतः. Mataji or Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, I'll read. Translation. The son of Puranjaya was known as Anena. Anena's son was Prithu, and Prithu's son was Vishwagandhi. Vishwagandhi's son was Chandra, and Chandra's son was Yayuvasnava.
Yuvanashwa. Okay. So now further, who are the descendants coming from Puranjaya? So his son is Anena, Anena's son is Prithu. This is different Prithu, not the same Prithu as the son of Vena. That Prithu Maharaj is a Shaktiavesh avatar of the Supreme Lord. So this is the son of Anena, and Prithu's son was Vishwagandhi. Vishwagandhi's son is Chandra. Chandra's son is Yuvanashwa. Next. Aditi Lata Mataji.
3 generations they showed the names, is that right?
Not like that. Many generations actually. You see.
No,
So
here.
Here. So Vikukshi's son is Puranjaya. First, Puranjaya's son is Anena. 3. Anena's son is Prithu. 4. Prithu's son is Vishwagandhi. 5. Vishwagandhi's son is Chandra. 6. Chandra's son is Yuvanashwa. 7.
7 generations, he said. Very hard to remember these names, Mataji. Too many names.
Prominent ones you can remember. At least Vikukshi, Nimi and Dandaka, that you can remember.
Yeah.
And also you can remember the 3 names of Puranjaya, Kakutstha and Indravaha, like that.
Yeah.
Sukadev Goswami is not even looking at any book or anything. He's just telling all these names.
Yeah, I know. See, too many names are coming in everything, in every chapter. So it's hard to remember.
This whole canto is only about names, sons, grandsons. So. Text 21. Shravastastatsuto yena Shravasti nirmame puri Brihadashvastu Shravastis Tatah Kuvalayashvakaha.
The son of Yuvanasva was Sravasta, who constructed a township known as Sravastapuri. The son of Sravasta was Brihadasva, and his son was Kuvalayasva. In this way, the dynasty increased.
So it's not only 7, further generations are also given. We read up to Yuvanashva in the previous verse. Yuvanashva's son is Shravasta. What is the speciality of Shravasta? He constructed a township called Shravasti Puri. Shravasti Puri. Shravasta's son Brihadashva, Brihadashva's son Kuvalayashva. Like that. And it didn't stop there. The dynasty increased. Like that. Next, Inba, Inya, Jai Shri Mataji, Jai Ganesh Prabhu. Yaha priyartham utankasya dhundhunama bali sutanam eka vimshatya sahasrair ahanad vritaha.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam Gosha Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat pranam Prabhuji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
To satisfy the sage, Utanka, the greatly powerful Kuvalayashva, killed a demon named Dundu. He did this with the assistance of his 21,000 sons.
Wow. So we read up to Kuvalayashva, right? Kuvalayashva had 21,000 sons. Like
That is something.
Remember, I mean, they used to have like that. Daksha, yes? Daksha first had Haryashvas and then Savalashvas. 10,000 sons, Haryashvas. And then Narad Muni turned all of them into sannyasis, Paramahamsas. Then Daksha became upset, but he didn't say anything. He produced another set, Savalashvas. Actually, Haryashvas, I think 60,000. Savalashvas are 10,000, something like that.
What is this? Sorry, Mataji.
They are Prajapatis. So this is like the universe. When the universe was created, only Lord Brahma was there. Now Lord Brahma created the various planetary systems, and his task is to fill up the universe with population, good population, different types. So therefore he needed like powerful, and they would do this by performing severe tapasya. Daksha got direct audience of Lord Vishnu. He got darshan of Lord Vishnu. And then by that empowerment, they produce like that. All of them. Kashyapa Muni, Kardama Muni, everyone. They first, whenever they, when they are. And
Daksha. Manasaputras?
All of them?
All Manasaputras? Or
No,
any
not Manasaputras. Lord Brahma had Manasaputras. They were like, he was married. Daksha was married. I forget her name. Lord Vishnu tells him that you will marry her, very beautiful, and then you will produce children like that.
Prasuti.
Who?
Mataji is Prasuti.
Prasuti?
No. Not Prasuti. This is Daksha, second time. Daksha. He is the son of the Prachetas. Anyway, I'll tell you, Mataji. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. Sorry. So now we are reading about the descendants coming from Vikukshi, right? Puranjaya. So in that line, Kuvalayashva. So Kuvalayashva had 21,000 sons. With the help of his sons, he killed the demon named Dundu in order to satisfy the sage Utanka. Okay? I don't know the story exactly what happened there. Dundumara iti khyatas tatsutaste cha jajvaluhu Dundor mukhagnina sarve traya eva vasheshitaha Tridhashvaha kapilashvascha bhadrashva iti bharata Tridhashva putro haryashvo Nikumbhastad sutah smritaha. Inba, Inni are there, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
O Maharaj Parikshit, for this reason, Kuvalayasva is celebrated as Dundamara, the killer of Dundu. All but 3 of his sons, however, were burnt to ashes by the fire emanating from Dundu's mouth. The remaining sons were Dridashva, Kapilashva, and Bhadrashva. From Dridashva came a son named Haryashva, whose son is celebrated as Nikumbha.
Yes. So, O Maharaj Parikshit, for this reason, Kuvalayashva. For what reason? For killing Dundu. For the reason of killing Dundu, Kuvalayashva is celebrated as Dundu Mara. Jo Dundu ko maar diya, Dundu Mara. The killer of Dundu. Who is known? Kuvalayashva is known as Dundu Mara. All but 3 of his sons, however, were burnt to ashes by the fire emanating from Dundu's mouth. How many sons did Kuvalayashva have? 21,000 sons. Out of 21,000, only 3 remained. With the help of his sons, he was fighting this demon. This demon burnt all his sons to ashes from the fire that was coming from him. Only 3 sons remained. Kuvalayashva's 3 sons remained. The remaining sons were Dridhashva, Kapilashva, and Bhadrashva. So these were the 3 sons that remained. Kuvalayashva's 3 sons who remained were Dridhashva, Kapilashva, Bhadrashva. From Dridhashva came a son named Haryashva, whose son is celebrated as Nikumbha. So Sukadev Goswami wanted to hear about the dynasties. So therefore we are hearing all these names. Text 25, Inya. Bahulashvo Nikumbhasya Krishashvo Thasya Senajit Yuvanashvo Bhavattasya Sonapatyo Vanam Gataha.
The son of Nikumbha was Bahulashva. The son of Bahulashva was Krishashva. The son of Krishashva was Senajit. And the son of Senajit was Yuvanashva. Yuvanashva had no sons, and thus he retired from family life and went to the forest.
Yes. So further the dynasty is proceeding. Nikumbha had a son called Bahulashva. Bahulashva's son was Krishashva. Krishashva's son is Senajit. Senajit's son was Yuvanashva. This is a different Yuvanashva, many generations later. But Yuvanashva had no sons. So because he didn't have any sons, he left family life and went to the forest. Vanaprastha. Mataji is there? Jai Shri Mataji?
No, Mataji.
So we can stop here today so that we'll start a new cycle tomorrow. We'll start with Isha Krishnashish tomorrow. Let's read Bhagavad Gita. We are reading the introduction. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, continuation of introduction. So what did we read in the introduction yesterday? We were reading that you should take Bhagavad Gita, the spirit of Bhagavad Gita, right? What is the spirit of Bhagavad Gita? That is said in Bhagavad Gita itself. And Prabhupada gave the example of a medicine. How you should take that medicine, that prescription will be given on the medicine bottle itself. You follow the prescription. Similarly, what is the spirit of Bhagavad Gita is said by Bhagavad Gita only. Or for a medicine, either you see on the bottle or the doctor will say how many tablets you can take per day, and you follow the doctor's prescription. So Bhagavad Gita is the words of Krishna. So you follow Krishna or you follow Bhagavad Gita, it's the same thing. So in the same lines, therefore we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is, directed by the personality of Godhead himself. In the 4th chapter of the Gita, 4:1-3, the Lord says, इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययम् विवस्वान् मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत् एवं परम्परा प्राप्तम् इमं राजर्षयो विदुः सकाले नेह महता योगो नष्टः परन्तप स एवायं मया तेद्य योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति rahasyaम hetaduttamam. Here the Lord informs Arjun that this system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to the sun god, and the sun god explained it to Manu, and Manu explained it to Ikshvaku. Same. So Vivaswan's son, Vaivasvata Manu, Shraddhadev, and his son is Ikshvaku, as we have been reading just now. So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter to Arjun, I spoke this Bhagavad Gita first to the sun god explained it to Manu, and Manu explained it to Ikshvaku, and in that way, by disciplic succession, one speaker after another, this yoga system has been coming down. But in the course of time, it has become lost. We just saw how many names and descendants we saw, and after that also so many more. So in the course of this time, somewhere the message got lost, right? Sometimes children play this game. They sit in a big circle, and you say something in the ear, and the other person has to say the same message to the person next to that person. So after they tell in each person's ear, finally when it comes out, they have to tell aloud, and every time the message is not the same. It gets changed somewhere, someone changes it, and then they change it more and more, and then you don't have the original. That is why we need to have bona fide parampara, right? Authorized bona fide parampara, where the message is handed down as it is, without any addition, without any deletion. But if something like that happens, that the message got lost, then once again the Lord starts a new parampara, like he's doing now with Arjun. The Lord is speaking that same Bhagavad Gita again to Arjun. Okay, so
we got that as it is translation for us from Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, absolutely.
As it is.
As it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is. So, in that way, by disciplic succession, one speaker after another, this yoga system has been coming down. But in the course of time, it has become lost. Consequently, the Lord has to speak it again, this time to Arjun on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He tells Arjun that he is relating this supreme secret to him. Okay, now the next question is, why only Arjun? Krishna can speak. Okay, the message got lost. So is there any criterion to whom the Lord is going to speak, or he'll just take anyone randomly and he'll give the message to him? Why particularly Arjun? That is also, I told you yesterday, right? Shastra Pramana, Shastra does not need any certificate from someone else. That Shastra is Pramana is said in Shastra itself. Like that, this message, Bhagavad Gita, the spirit of Bhagavad Gita is given in Bhagavad Gita. Then why the Lord had to speak Bhagavad Gita again? That is also said in Bhagavad Gita. And why he is giving it only to Arjun? That is also said in Bhagavad Gita. Everything is completely clear. You don't need any from any other source. You don't need any confirmation or any proof. Everything is said in. That's why Shastra is the Pramana. So he tells Arjun that he is relating this supreme secret to him because Arjun is his devotee and his friend. So this is the qualification to receive Bhagavad Gita. Krishna speaks Bhagavad Gita to someone who is his devotee. So he's speaking to Arjun because Arjun is his devotee and his friend. The purport of this is that Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is especially meant for the devotee of the Lord. There are three classes of transcendentalists, namely the Jnani, the Yogi, and the Bhakta. or the impersonalist, the meditator, and the devotee. Here the Lord clearly tells Arjun that he is making him, Krishna is making Arjun, the first receiver of a new parampara, disciplic succession, because the old succession was broken. It was the Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god to others. And it was his wish that his teaching be distributed anew by Arjun. He wanted Arjun to become the authority in understanding the Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjun, especially because Arjun was a devotee of the Lord, a direct student of Krishna, and his intimate friend. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjun's. That is to say, he must be a devotee in a direct relationship with the Lord. Such a person can understand Bhagavad Gita thoroughly. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. That is very elaborate subject matter. But briefly, it can be stated that a devotee is in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of the 5 different ways. One may be a devotee in a passive state called Shantarasa. 2, one may be a devotee in an active state called Dasya. 3, one may be a devotee as a friend, Sakhya. 4, one may be a devotee as a parent. And 5, parent is Vatsalya. And 5, one may be a devotee as a conjugal lover. Arjun was in a relationship with the Lord as friend. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between this friendship, Krishna's friendship and Krishna and Arjun's friendship, and the friendship found in the material world. This is transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by everyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord, and that relationship is evoked by the perfection of devotional service. But in the present status of our life, not only have we forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. Every living being out of the many, many billions and trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. That is called Swarupa. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Swarupa, and that stage is called Swarupa Siddhi, perfection of one's constitutional position. So Arjun was a devotee and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship. So we will stop here and continue tomorrow. No, we'll read Lilamrita now, but Bhagavad Gita reading will stop here. So what did we read today in Bhagavad Gita? We read today about what was the need for Krishna to speak Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, right? What was the need? The succession was broken, right? The original message was given to sun god, but in course of time it was lost, therefore he gave it to. Why only to Arjun? Because Arjun is a devotee with a relationship with the Lord. So what does that mean? That means only a devotee who has a relationship with the Lord is eligible to understand Bhagavad Gita. Then Srila Prabhupada is telling us what are the different relationships possible with Krishna: Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. And Prabhupada is also saying every living entity has an eternal relationship with the Lord called Swarupa. But when we are in this material existence, the living entity not only forgets the Lord, and he also forgets his relationship with the Lord. So that's what we read today. Okay. Now let's read Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita. Srila Prabhupada is on the way to Butler, Pennsylvania in the bus, and Srila Prabhupada is looking at all the, the big scale oil refineries and the roads and airports and everything. And Srila Prabhupada is By observing all this, he is only feeling sorry for the materialistic civilization, right, which is centered around sense gratification. He is feeling sorry. So let's continue reading. Srila Prabhupada felt compassion. The compassion of a Krishna conscious saint had been explained in an age long ago by Prahlad Maharaj. So what is the compassion of a Vaishnava? Prahlad Maharaj says, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance, not caring for the big cities and towns. They go to the Himalayas or the forests to meditate with vows of silence. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. This is a statement of Prahlad Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada in the same mood, right? Wants to deliver all the suffering souls. So he feels sorry, he feels compassion when people are absorbed in sense gratification. The scenery gradually changed to the Pennsylvania countryside, and the bus sped through long tunnels in the mountains. Night came, and it was late, after 11, when the bus entered the heavily industrialized Pittsburgh area on the shore of the Allegheny River. Srila Prabhupada couldn't see the steel mills clearly, but he could see their lights and their industrial fires and smoking stacks. Millions of lights shone throughout the city's prevailing dinginess. When the bus finally pulled into the terminal, it was past midnight. Gopal Agarwal was waiting with the family Volkswagen bus to drive Prabhupada to Butler, about 1 hour north, so it's still not over. It's past midnight and they have to go 1 more hour north. He greeted Prabhupada with folded palms and welcomed Swamiji, bowing from the waist several times. This was not any of Gopal's doing. His father, a Mathura businessman with a fondness for sadhus and religious causes, had requested him to host the Swamiji. This wasn't the first time his father had arranged for a sadhu acquaintance to come to America. Several times he had sent sponsorship papers for Gopal to sign, and Gopal had obediently done so, but nothing had ever come of them. So when the sponsorship letter for A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami had come, Gopal had promptly signed and returned it, thinking that this would be the last they would hear of it. But then, just a week ago, a letter had come. Sally Agarwal had opened it and then, in alarm, called to her husband, Honey, sit down, listen to this. The Swami is coming. Srila Prabhupada had enclosed his picture so that they would not mistake him. The Agarwals had looked curiously at the photograph. There will be no mistake there, Gopal had said. So we'll stop there. So you understood what happened? Gopal Agarwal is the son of a Mathura businessman. And this Mathura businessman, I think Madan Mohan Agarwal, he was very fond of sadhus. And any sadhu who expressed a desire to go to the West, because his son was in America, he would send a sponsorship letter to his son to sign for this sadhu to come to America or for some religious purpose, right? And so many times he had sent letters, and so many letters, sponsorship letters, Gopal had signed, but none of them ever turned up. So when the sponsorship letter for Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, was sent to Gopal Agarwal, he signed it as usual, thinking that he's not going to come. But just 1 week before Srila Prabhupada's arrival, he got the letter that Prabhupada is actually coming with his picture. So his wife Sally Agarwal, she's an American. So when she saw that, she was surprised. She said, he's coming, come sit down, look at this, he's coming. So they were quite surprised too. And when they looked at the picture was sent so that they won't mistake, right? They won't miss Srila Prabhupada, you know. So he sent the picture. But the way he is dressed as a Vaishnava, you wouldn't find anyone like that in America at that time. So when he looked at the picture, he said, we are not going to miss him, right? We won't mistake him like that. So we'll stop here today. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you all.
Mataji, one point. See, at that time, because there was no airplane.
They had airplane. But Prabhupada got a sponsorship on the cargo ship.
Okay, but the males used to also go by
Ship.
ship.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why, because he took 3 months, right, to go, Prabhupada. That the male also just arrived 1 week before him.
Because he was coming on the ship, so that also came with him, I'm assuming.
Either him or before he's in another ship before him, or whatever. I'm saying that is also slow. Like it took 3 months for the letter also to arrive. Generally,
Acha, the letter you're saying. Yeah.
Because here nowadays the letter goes so fast, right? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, of course, email was not an option at that time.
No, maybe they didn't send it. The letter, whose letter? Prabhupada's letter?
Yeah.
Oh, Prabhupada's letter arrived so late, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Because at that time, snail mail used to be so late.
Right. Yes,
It
yes.
used to take so long to reach abroad.
Yeah.
I remember there used to be that design on the corners, if you remember, for abroad, mail for abroad.
Even I used to send handwritten letters when I first came. I don't know if anyone does it now. Emails and
it's very nice, Mataji. I really miss that. It is so nice. Personalized letter.
And I used to go and stand in the post office, in line. You put your stamp, and then to get your stamp, and then to actually give it to the mail lady. You can put it in the mailbox outside, but I think certain mails you have to actually go. So
Register
maybe. Those days are gone.
Yeah. Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.